my last video, I spent 12 weeks learning and developing the skills to be able to dunk a basketball. Over that period of time, I got my vertical up. Many of you have been asking me what program I followed, so in today's video, I'm going to be showing you exactly what I did and how you can use that to increase your vertical jump and start dunking. In order to get your first high school basketball mixtape, we need to understand what dunking actually is. Dunking the basketball requires a unique set of strength, explosiveness, skill, and technique. We need the strength and explosiveness to get up to the rim, and we need the skill and technique and to be able to put the ball down. Speaking of which, one thing that's important to keep in mind is the formula of power. Let me explain. So think about it like this. The more force that you can load into the ground and the faster that you can get it up, the higher your vertical will go. So, knowing the theory of dunking is great, but how do you actually go in from knowing how to dunk to actually dunking? Technique is another one of the most important aspects of dunking. Essentially, from a broad perspective, it's run towards the rim, penultimate step, which is the two quickest, and the last two steps of the jump, and explode to the rim. Now, there's two ways that we can do this. One is off of 1 foot, and the other is off of 2 feet. If you're gonna jump off of 1 foot, I think that this is the best possible way that you could do it, but there's other ways that you can. What you wanna do is you wanna run towards the rim, have the ball in your dominant hand, jump off this foot, hold it down here, come up with it like this. Essentially, the arm swing that you get from that gives you way more momentum towards the rim, and it just generates a lot more power. Personally, I think it's the most efficient way to do it. The other way is 2 feet. It's definitely a lot more stable and controlled. It requires a little bit more strength, whereas off of 1 foot requires you to be a little quicker and more reactive, but both are pretty good ways. So I'm gonna show you the 2 foot technique. Essentially, all you wanna do is just 1, 2, up with one hand. I think that's the simplest way to do it, but you know, other people may think differently. So remember, run towards the rim, do not slow down. Penultimate step, last 2 steps, then explode to the rim. So, while I was editing this, I forgot that I didn't mention hand placement. Definitely makes dunking easier if you can palm the basketball, but if you can't, I would recommend slowing the video down a little bit and seeing the way that I pull the ball up. Usually I pull it up from my hip. It comes up with 2 hands and then I kind of let go of it to put it down, but I would watch and just check. If you slow the video down, you're able to see the hand placement and the footwork, so I would definitely recommend doing that if you're still working on your technique. All right, let's get back into the video. Makes sense? All right, let's move on. So now you're probably wondering, now that you understand the theory and the technique behind dunking, how do you actually gain the strength to even get up towards the rim? Well, I'm about to teach you. This is the 12-week dunk program that I followed to increase my vertical jump. Phase 1. Phase 1 is the foundational phase of the program. This is going to be weeks 1 through 4. Essentially, during this process, you're going to be doing leg exercises just to increase strength in your legs and build a general foundation for the next couple weeks. Moving on, got phase 2 of the program. This is the power phase. This is going to be weeks 5 to 8 of the program. During the power phase, essentially you're going to be taking what you did in the first 4 weeks, you're going to be turning that strength into power. So instead of doing basic leg movements, we're just going to be doing some exercises that also include generating some power. Next up, phase 3 of the program, the speed phase. So basically we're going to be taking everything that we did from weeks 1 through 8, and from weeks 9 to 12, we're going to be generating that power and strength into speed. So essentially now you've gotten the ability to put load force into the ground, you've got the strength, but basically you need to get that strength and you need to get it up quick. And that is going to conclude our 12-week workout program.